Yeah.
Van Glorious, Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United Front.
Tell it.
What you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square, solid, and you circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick your can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And UF with KBA is a win-win. 1K.
All right, family. Y'all see the rain. Y'all hear the rain in the background because it's about to get some heavy duty drip going on. You understand what I'm saying? The rain showed up because they know that the goddess of healing is here to intervene. Okay. And what the old folks say, everything come out in the wash. So tell a friend to tell a friend we on live with this healing journey finale. So it's about to be fantastic. It's about to be empowering. It's about to be impactful. So we got the goddess of empowerment, impact, and empowerment here to empower us, whether we like it or not. Okay. So, brothers and sisters, African, black folk, family, kiss and kin, put your hands together and let's welcome back to the platform for the finale of this healing journey. Okay, we got the scars and scabs to prove it. My sister, your
And
sister,
the pain
IfaYemisi,
right now.
Omitoogun in the building. Okay,
Ashe.
in the pain, the feeling right now. How you feeling, sis? Well, you just said how you feeling.
You said just say how I'm feeling?
No, you just said how you feeling. My bad. Let me not ask you
Okay.
something I know. Okay.
I'm actually I feel good because I was able to get out the bed, y'all. I have been experiencing just some pain from this little sciatica flare that has been going on a little while now, but other than that, I feel great. I actually, we didn't get a chance to really promote the season finale, but it doesn't even matter because the people that have needed to be here or needed to be following, needed to hear what's going on have been here every week, and like the support has been real, the love has been real, like the healing has been so real. Y'all have no idea. Thank you, Ari. Y'all have no idea the response that has come from this, and I never thought about it. I never imagined. I never imagined like the people that would be reaching out and the response that would come from me sharing about my journey and my experience. I mean, like men have reached out, grown men have reached out, sisters have reached out, and it's just been a beautiful, beautiful experience to share. It's been a beautiful experience to hear and get the feedback. And it's been a beautiful experience to have some conversations and even have the opportunity to do some work for people, readings, just give more advice, share more of my story, even outside of this platform. In the process, y'all, over these last 8 or 9 weeks, I have literally launched my business. It is Omi Ife Essentials self-love and self-care healing boutique is up and running. I've been a little hard on myself from what I have been being told, but I'm taking my time. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I appreciate the love and the support and everything that I'm getting already. Like even before I launched, I have reviews and all kind of just so much stuff to share. But the main thing, the goal, the purpose of this has the mission has definitely been accomplished as far as the healing work through this platform in this particular series, and it's to be continued. So yay, I feel great.
So what was your goal? Let's do some recap. What was your goal, from initially? Remember I approached you and was like, guys, you gotta do a series, okay? Because for me, it was so
Yes.
impactful that you came on, after years of trying to get you to come on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm thankful that the time and the season aligned properly for you to actually come through. So, what was your vision for this series? And, let's talk accomplishment. Let's talk from vision to accomplishment.
Ashe. So when you initially asked, I was like, I have to take this opportunity. And I had to take the opportunity in not in a way of, you know, being opportunistic, but because literally to have someone just you have been waiting, like you said, for 5 years, and not like purposely, just life and everything going on. And at the point where you asked me, it just, I guess I'm at a place in my life where I'm able to receive the blessing, because it's a blessing to be able to, for first of all, for you to even still want me to for you to even still want my presence or request my presence on the platform at all for whatever reason. And then also just a blessing to have the opportunity to work with you, um, and to just, reminisce and go over, previous work and things of the past. But mainly, it was a blessing to have the opportunity to come on to share my story, to share my journey, and to reach people and let them know like what I was experiencing. With that, my goal was to come on here and share and give tips and just give not professional advice, life experience and advice from my standpoint and my experience. And with that, with my story and the things that I dealt with and went through, be able to have someone else say, oh my goodness, like I went through that too, but I didn't know what to do. Or wow, that's something I could have done. So just share the information was my goal and my purpose, and have um somebody be reached spiritually by their ancestors to say, hey, this is the work that you need to start doing for your family. For I'm getting a little choked up. Thank you, Satet. Gotta get it together. Hold on. um, that was my goal, my purpose, to have somebody be reached by their ancestors so that they could begin the process, not only for themselves but for their babies and for their babies and for the generations to come. Because this is a time, and really, y'all, the healers are in power. I saw a meme that said that, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it's so true. Because the healers are in power. If you are out here healing and you are taking the measures to Find yourself, do shadow work, clear up generational traumas and issues and things, to fix yourself. And you're teaching your children a different way so that they don't have to experience things that you have experienced. That all of that is healing for us because we've been through so much. And so that's where the power lies for us as a nation of people. That's where the power lies for us. Um, and I don't know if y'all notice or not, but a lot of people, even in the conscious community per se, or whatever you want to call it, the Black community, a lot of times we're working and we're doing all these things to try to come together, and you'll see somebody here and there like, man, we can't never get along. We ain't never gonna unify, unless we, come together this way or that way. Like, or Black people can't never come together. It's a lot of, negative connotation and talk and things around the unity of us. But has anybody taken notice at how healing brings us together as a people? Like, healing is the new everything. Healing is the new everything. And I have noticed that it's the thing right now that is in the forefront of whatever every Black person that I know personally. It's the thing that's in the forefront of all of us, that we all have in common, that we all have going on right now at some kind of degree. If you're not healing from an ailment, you're healing from a breakup. If you're not healing from a breakup, you're healing from a panic attack. If you ain't healing from it's some form of healing. Everybody that's even tuning in right now, you're doing some form of healing. And correct me if I'm wrong. So to see the beauty in that, and that's something that I actually feel like I've seen, or I see through my spiritual eyes, because it's not something that we pay attention to all the time. Like, what does everybody in the world that's Black or that's melanated have? You're right, Ari. She said, I feel like you have so much to say and so much in your heart, and you just don't know where to start, right? And that is so true. Like, I'm so overwhelmed, for one, with gratitude. Like, I don't know where to start. There's so much stuff to say, and this 8 weeks has allowed me like a great opportunity to get a lot of it out. But when you look at all the melanated people around the world, all the Black people around the world, what do we all have in common? Besides, when you ask people that, a lot of us would say, oh, we struggling, or we broke, or we experiencing poverty. And all of these negative things will come up because naturally, when you look at what's going on with our people as a whole, we are experiencing hell per se. Something that everybody can relate to, knowing or hearing what it's supposed to be. We're all going through that, but we are all also healing. So yeah, that was my purpose. That was my ultimate goal. And I not think, but I know that has been done, and I'm grateful. Yeah, y'all got me choked up, blushing, and just overwhelmed with emotion. And my mom is on here just telling me how proud she is of me and how proud she is to be my mom. And that's the one thing in the world that if I never accomplished anything else as a human being in this lifetime, that's all I ever wanted to do, was make my mom proud. So for her to be saying that right now is, which I know, she always proud of me, but another mission accomplished. Okay, bro, I need you to say something. Come on now before I have a breakdown. Before I have
You was rolling. Okay, if you got to go there, we can go there. Okay, take your time. This is a celebration. This is a victory lap. You understand what I'm saying?
it
Today
is.
is important, and the heavens are open. So I'm not surprised that the rain is here. It's a transition day of you know, one of God's favorites, Whitney Houston. She transitioned on this date. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The same
Yes.
day as Brandy. So they celebrating downstairs, and someone was taking her life upstairs. You understand?
Ashe.
So
As
this
well as the new
this
moon
African woman,
energy, like it's it's
right?
it's 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 some power out here right now.
So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. You see what I'm
Misty.
saying? It's a lot going on. So I'm definitely glad to be able to, share this space, with an African woman that I have a lot of respect for, and what you have brought to us. You see what I'm saying? It takes time. So it wasn't season, and it wasn't time in those times before. But you in this
Ashe.
season, and you coming from a path of experiential wisdom, because you walk through it. Now you can help somebody else, walk through it. You see what I'm
Ashe.
saying? So
I'm gonna have to get some
let's,
tissue.
you don't need none. You don't need none.
I'm gonna have to get some tissue.
Look, the fam said they proud of you. Mama said they proud of you. The sisters
I
done pulled up.
know.
Skirt, skirt, skirt. They skirting up in here. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Sit.
I
Okay, they
wanted
come in
to
here singing that song from what was it, Color Purple?
oh my goodness. Let me tell you. Let me say this just real quick. First of all, when I came on, I know I said something about some poetry and stuff, y'all. We probably not gonna get none of that. I got like a couple lines for the brothers. I don't know what for the sisters yet. And when I thought about that, I actually found something that I wanted to share with the men who are healing. Just a piece of encouragement. And then for the sisters, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say to the black woman healing. And then I thought I'm just gonna bust out with sister. And here you go talking about here you go talking about the music from the color purple. But I wanted to say yes. I was just getting ready to go back to I have a sister on the line that I kind of started my journey of consciousness with when I really started actually living the lifestyle. Um and she here tonight, Misty McCauley. She's the owner of um Goddess Drip Earring Trapping or whatever. But we met in like 2013, 2012. And we started a lot of community work in Charlotte. She said, "Don't you do it?" We started a lot of community work in Charlotte. We spent a lot of years as community activists, Black Power. Like we had some bomb, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful years and beautiful times. And I can say today that I really like. We never lost connection. Really, everybody kind of went off and started doing their own thing. But I'm so grateful today because we kind of reconnected on a different level. She has been running her business, I think, going on 2 years, like strong right now, maybe three. I have launched my business. I've been able to reach out to her and support her business. I've been able to reach out to her and hear her give me some advice and tell me to just do it. And so just another example of some things that have gone on in my healing journey. I had to separate from a lot of people that I started this journey pretty much with. And nothing on like bad terms. I think that we all needed to separate and people needed to go their certain ways and do certain things because of our calling. Like we all had this thing in common, and then it was just time for everybody to grow. So I can really appreciate that because as things were disassembling or everybody was getting into their own thing, I naturally felt some kind of way because I always want everybody to be coming. I want everybody to go. I want everybody to come. I want us all to be doing this together. And I get so caught up in that excitement and stuff because we have had, like I said, some dope years. And so it wasn't until these last 2 years that I'm like, Aria, my EI told me, you don't have to do everything with everybody. Like try to get to do this by yourself and do that. And when COVID hit, when I tell y'all, people who know me, because I'm very, very family oriented, um, they didn't know what was going on with the children. Thank you, Missy, in school, and everything. So I had an opportunity for the children to be gone. The Libra thing, it is. Um, and I found myself here at home by myself, like by myself. No one in the house with me, not a mouse, not a fly, not a mosquito. The children was going, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I literally kind of went into this panic. Like, what am I going to do? There's no people, there's nobody around. I can't go outside. I can't do this, I can't do that. And that was the catapult, because I was literally forced. Although I had started my healing journey, I was literally forced to sit with myself for months, from February to June. And June was the first time I had left my house to go anywhere outside of the store or the gas station. And I went on a healing retreat. And this is a part of what I'm here to share tonight and how we're closing out. I went on a healing retreat with Raseki Arts Temple. Shout out to Moot Kajara. That is my spiritual teacher, my spiritual EI. In Ifa, we call her EI Ifa, but in the Kemetic sense of the word, we call her Moot, which is our mother, teacher, spiritual leader there. And she is the founder of Raseki Healing Arts. I went on a healing retreat, and there I received my Reiki, my Kemetic Reiki level 1 and 2 certification. And when I tell you, it was for some days, and it was so needed at the time, because I had been sitting with myself doing shadow work, and I know how to do root work and get to the bottom of things, and that came up, and I wanted to be certified in Reiki as something to add to one of the services that I provided for my business, as well as to learn how to do it for myself and my children and my family. So that was the perfect opportunity. I had actually forgot about Raseki, and was looking online, and I was seeing all this stuff where you could get your certification for $25, and I'm like, that just don't even sound like something that anybody with good sense should do. But anyway, I ended up going on that retreat and found like so many parts. Like, I really know what the inner child is and what it means to get in tune and touch with them and with your inner child and all of that stuff. And that was just like not the beginning of my healing journey, definitely, but it was like such a big, huge part. And I bring that up as one of the resources, and one of my recommendations for anybody who is on their healing journey, who is just really having a hard time figuring out where to start. Find you a Reiki practitioner. Preferably, if it's not, I have Reiki, I'm certified in Reiki level 1 and 2. I can work on myself, I can work on my family, I can work on clients. You want to find somebody if you're working, find a practitioner with at least a level 2. And I'm telling you, let it be a black person, a black owned business, a black person. And if at all, I don't have nothing against regular Reiki. If you can find somebody that is certified in Kemetic Reiki, y'all, this is a different type of Reiki. It's a different type of energy healing. I mean, I got chills right now. It is nothing like it. I mean, if you in pain, if you are having nightmares, if you can't remember something that you want to know, if you're trying to figure out why you depressed, why you stressed, any of that, I recommend Kemetic Reiki because it's different. And when I tell y'all, it's going to connect you to your ancestors. Like, they gotta show up. They're gonna show up. It's going to show you yourself from maybe the womb. It's going to show you your, yeah, not from maybe the womb, from the womb. Because part of my experience was being shown some things that I was carrying from my mother that I had no clue or no idea that I was even dealing with until I was on that table, until I was that work was being done on me. But anyway, I highly recommend Kemetic Reiki as a healing modality, as a healing resource. So that's my first share of, if you don't know where to start, that's an idea, that's a recommendation, put that on your list.
Okay, okay. We're giving out resources, practical applications. Okay, and to
Absolutely.
giving us a spirit of discernment. Okay, don't spend
Hmm.
$25 and call yourself a Reiki master out here. Okay, you Demi is not your friend.
Please don't do it's worth every penny to go the right way.
Oh snap! That just go to show how nothing by enemies is created. It's always amalgamated. You see what I'm saying? It's always amalgamated. So they see
Yes.
something and they try to replicate it,
Yep.
and it's impossible. You see what I'm saying? So you might
It's
get some stuff out
impossible.
there. You get what's that old adage? You get what you pay for. You get
Oh yes.
what you pay for, and
Mm-hmm.
you also get what you ain't prepared for when you ain't prepared to sacrifice nothing for it. Okay,
That's
that's what I had
true.
heard. That's what I had heard.
Oh,
Okay.
that's no. That's absolutely true. I'll also say, when it came to that, I wanted to go on the retreat so bad, but I was scared. I was fearful because and I didn't know until I got back why I was scared. So I, first of all, like, it was just something new. So I'm thinking, like, that's why I'm scared. But I was like too scared and literally like fearful, like, oh my God, like, do I really want to do this? And I did, but I was like, but do I really? And so as it got close, I reached out. I was like, I want to, I'm interested in the trip. And she was like, okay, I think we full, but let me find out. And I was like, yes, like, they full. And I was like, if they full, I was hoping they was full. I was like, if they full, then it just mean it ain't meant for me to go. And so she texted me, she emailed me and was like, we're full, but go ahead and email her, to see if, she can possibly work out something to get you in, or, whatever. We do want to try to get you in. I was like, no, like, I ain't emailing her. If y'all full, y'all full. So before I could even do that, I was just like, yes, okay, I'm not going, they full. And then I started to feel sad because I'm like, I really wanted to go, but I was scared. So, and they full, so it really ain't meant for me to go. And so Moot reached out to me herself and said, don't I know you, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. We had an experience, and I met her a couple times, but she knew who I was, and she was like, come on. So I was like, oh snap, I'm scared. And so anyway, I reached out to a couple of people and was like, hey, I'm going on this retreat. You want to go? And the few people that I reached out to, nobody was able to go. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going. And so I went on the retreat. I didn't know anybody there except for Mukajara. And when I, like, the first day, it was just family. Had a great time, 6 7 days. And when I got back home, she's like, when y'all get home, it's not, y'all still gonna be cleansing and releasing, don't wonder why, because this is why. And so I got home, and of course I cried for another 3 or 4 days and releasing stuff. And so once I, got over that part, I Yes, when you feel scared but do it anyway, then be the best experiences. So true. When I got back home and I got over those first few days, I realized that I was scared, y'all, because it was the first thing in my life that I had ever done by myself. And it's emotional because, like I said, I'm family oriented. I want everybody to go. I want everybody to be involved. I want everybody to do everything together. And I needed that. I needed to know. I needed to know that that myself is here. You know, when I don't have anybody around, or you know that my ancestors are here. So I needed that. I had to go by myself. I needed to go by myself. I needed that experience, and I needed that strength, because that gave me so much empowerment. Like, I was like, oh my God, I did it by myself. I didn't have, nobody holding my hand or sitting next to me or riding in the car with me. I rode from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, all the way to Topsail Beach, North Carolina by myself. It was 14 hours. And I was so proud of myself, because in that time that I spent by myself, I was able to just get so much and learn so much more about myself. So healing, a lot of times, you can get Reiki, or you can get a reading, or you can, have services done, and seek out resources and help. But a lot of it, the major parts and the parts that matter most, will be the work that you do by yourself. Because and it's that's not, I don't know what this 16-year-old of mine is doing, but I'm watching her like she one of the little ones. Um the reason why that's
Shout out to
important is
Queen Bree.
because Queen Bree, yes, my baby launched her business as well, which I'll share a little bit about at the end. But by yourself, you can be yourself. We always like, oh, you just be yourself, and be who you are, and we are who we are. But by yourself, you can get ugly, you can snot, you could cry, you could holler, you could scream, you could lay on the floor and kick. You know what I'm saying? You can have a fit and all kind of stuff. When I tell y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I done screamed to the top of my lungs, and to the point where I have like been like, oh snap, like, I hope the neighbor don't come over here. Like, and sometimes you have to do that because we harbor and we hold so much, so many things that we don't even know sometimes. So the healing that you do alone is what will give you the strength, the power, the drive, the empowerment to keep going and keep doing so much more. And it hurts, when you're experiencing a lot of it, and when you're going through a lot of it, and it's ugly. Like, look at me right now. Look at me right now. I was in the bed when you text me, because I forgot all about the show. I forgot about the show because I hadn't, been on Facebook or whatever, or advertising it. And I was in pain. I was upset because I couldn't get to my appointment today. And I was just in the bed looking crazy. And when you sent me the link, I said, it's 7:24. Like, what in the world? And so naturally I was like, ain't no way. Like, I'm like confined to the bed. I'm all but debilitated. And okay, I ain't gonna look back no more. And Spirit was like, I saw that it was the series finale, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I cannot like cancel on the series finale. And so I was like, we didn't even advertise it, but I wasn't even worried about that, because like, people just been coming out the woodworks and watching and waiting and supporting. In the weeks that we haven't had the show, people have been like, ain't no show tonight. So but I was in pain. I was in the bed. I was feeling ugly. I was hurting. I was um healing by resting, but healing is painful. It's hard. It doesn't feel good. But the best thing is when you get over that hump and you can look and be like, woo, last week or 2 weeks ago, I was, down in the dumps and I felt like this and I felt like that, or I was sick and I didn't think I was gonna make it or whatever. And then to look where and see where you feel good and like you vibrant and you glowing and you feel better and you up and dressed and you moving, like that's the best feeling in the world. Thank you. Thank you, Miss. Thank y'all. I know the brother said if this how you look on a bad day, I don't want to see what you looking like on a good day. But for real, like outside of the superficial, it's ugly. Healing hurts and it's hard and it's ugly. And I'm not gonna lie, before I really started tuning into myself and healing and you know feeling for and paying attention to the signs and the messages and everything that led me on this journey, healing sounded like, listen to the word, it's healing. It sounds beautiful. It sounds soft. It sounds like something that everybody should, something that everybody want to do or should do, which we should, but it doesn't sound or look like what it really is. And so I say that to say, I'm glad that I don't sound or look like the healing that I've been doing, the healing that I've been doing internally and alone. But the results, which is the bright, the vibrant side, the new energy, the uplifting, in your aura, the just other people like seeing it on you and other people even, you know what I'm saying, being um attracted to find out what it is you're doing, or other people just noticing like there's something different in this person's vibe, or there's something different in this person's energy. um any of that, like the results of that, along with the doorways that are open and the blessings that come along with you getting a lot of that trash out the way, is is un like I can't even really explain it, because who would think that healing from it's a lot of stuff that we don't think that we could ever get over, but we can. And some stuff is a longer journey. But who would think that healing from anything, I can't even, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. But the burden of some of the things that I have experienced, to know that I'm not bitter about it, to know that I could still love, to know that I could still care about the very people that hurt you, or about the very people that did you wrong, or that you're able to forgive somebody who did something that others would deem unforgivable. Like that's the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling in the world. And honestly, a lot of people look at forgiveness, or going back and speaking with somebody you had issues with, or just forgiving, period, they look at it as a weakness. And everybody always has to put like, oh, I'm not forgiving for them, I'm forgiving for me. You don't have to do that. You can forgive for you and you can forgive for them. The forgiveness is the gift. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it is and wherever it's for, the energy that comes and the elevation that comes just from that positive thing is it's inexplainable. It feels good to me to be able to be civil with somebody who is an asshole, or who has been an asshole to me in my life. Like the best feeling in the world is to know that I'm not bitter, I'm happy, I'm smiling, I'm moving on, I'm blessed, and not even throwing that in their face, but that's just really what it is priceless. It's priceless. It really is. Ashe and Koyo. Ashe. And I can attest to a lot of stuff.
We was talking about Baby Boy, and we had got all the way into it. It was just some parts of it that we didn't give no due to. From the beginning of the movie, he felt like he was thrust out into the world, and it was showing his life experiences and his greatest fears.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, when you saw after the dark period, after he walked into that place, even when Melvin found him with that gun, he got to see him for the first time and he got to see him for the first time. You see what I'm saying? So they were
Mm-hmm.
looking at each other in spaces that one was in before and one was looking at what he could become. You
What he
see what
could
I'm saying?
become.
He
Yes.
didn't have that example. So when he had that example at first, he fought it. But when he saw that the lengths he was willing to go through to take care of him, he could come out of that dark place healed. You understand what I'm saying? So that healing journey and that process they showed at the end, and it wasn't no long thing like thank you for what you did, blah blah blah. They didn't have to discuss nothing. They just looked at each other. You
It
see what
was
I'm
an
saying?
understanding.
It was an
Yes.
understanding, and he was
Yes.
out there with his generation, and Jody was going home to his family. You see what I'm saying? He had left his mother's house, and that was the hardest thing for both of them to do. Even when you reflect back with the mother, she was just like, "Hold me." You see what I'm saying? Because she didn't want
Mm-hmm.
him to go. So she found security and safety in the arms of whom she had chosen. She knew she had made the right decision. It was hell for her, but she knew she made the right decision. See what I'm
Right.
saying? So he
Right.
had to come to grips with that and make that right decision so he could go and be the man that he was supposed to be.
That he
You
is
see what I'm
supposed to
saying?
be.
So
Mm-hmm.
he right. So that was just interesting to note, from the beginning to the end. You see what I'm saying? Like his son and his queen that and they had another life coming in. So those opportunities were different when he was in a different space within himself. So she was in a different space for him when he had came to her. She knew what happened, so she just held him. You understand what I'm saying? She just held him. Like so, it was really that connection ancestrally in the physical world simultaneously of what the African woman is and who what she means. You see what I'm saying? On both sides, in both aspects. On one aspect, in regards to you know what the African woman means to us spiritually and what she means to us physically. You see what I'm saying? So that wonderful counselor to be able to see you ailing and pull you out of that and surround you with the healing love that you need. You see what I'm saying? To uplift you
Gosh.
and to get you back into the space and place. When they were disconnected, it was a great disconnect. But when they were together, it was magic. You see what I'm saying? So at the end, you
Gosh.
see them going for the picnic. You see what I'm saying? And she's pregnant and she's glowing, he's glowing, and the family's in harmony. I'm so glad that John Singleton had the foresight and the vision to show that at the end indiscriminate to everything else that went on at the end when everybody rose to the occasion they were there and they were able to start anew. You see what I'm saying? So I think that was really really brilliant of him because oftentimes you don't see that. You might still see somebody on the journey going back to where they're going, like if they're supposed to be going home to their family, the movie cut off. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Especially seeing somebody black after all of the hell, you can see them with the scars and the scabs, and they might be driving, with the pistol, but you don't
Gosh.
see them making it back home to their family. You just have to infer.
Right.
So I think that was
Right.
very important to show that other part, that ascension. They were on a hill. Like all of those things are symbolic of a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? So them going together and having a new life come into existence righteously. You see what I'm saying? I just wanted to throw that in there
Gosh.
right quick. Okay.
Okay, so the teenagers in the background. um, if they keep not whispering, I'm gonna put this camera on them and make them say something about healing and make them say something about healing. They
Leave
worse
them
than
cheering. We don't even see nobody. We don't see nobody and we don't hear nobody. Okay? Leave them cheering be.
I can hear them. And they say, we listen. I said, y'all, we doing the show. They said, we listening. What you talking about? So they listening to you, they listening to you go in on the baby boy, uh what I the baby boy syndrome. Um but absolutely. And and to just elaborate on the part where you said, usually you don't see that, you don't see them making it back home to their family, or you don't see a continuance of the work. You don't see a continuance of, what they started that was good, or what they started that was healing. Misty. um but yes, in apply it to today, because that's what we're doing. We're applying, we getting resources and information, and we're applying these um techniques and tools and things to our healing journeys. And today, that's the point of us healing, and being on this journey to fix those things so that we can get back to the traditions, so that we can get back to the ways, so that we can get back to the normalities, so that we can get back to our greatness. Um, and in order to do that, that's the work that has to be done. So in order for Jody to be the man that he needed to be, in order for him to what you call it last week, basically, in order for him to step into the his purpose in the major role, or what he was really supposed to be doing in his life, he had to experience the things that he went through from the womb. He had, and you noticed his experience in the womb and all the things that flashed before him. He In the womb, like they were there. So these things are set before us, so it's inevitable that we experience a lot of it. And so since we know where we are, as who we are, or even listening to the show now, it's like it's a connection to you being here, or you hearing and listening in your healing journey, or maybe something that you needed to hear that takes you to the next place, or the next level, or the next thing that you're supposed to take on that's going to help you heal. um we had to and have to experience these things to get back to those places of greatness, to make sure that our children don't have to experience all the things that flash before them in the womb. And we do all have our separate destinies, we all have different destinies, but if you can go along your journey and get back to the essence of the creator with as least trouble as possible, or without as least pain or trial, or obstacles being in your way as possible, then why not? And so that's what the healers are here for, to get through some of those obstacles, so that everybody don't have to keep recycling them.
Another interesting part to note, I was talking about this, I think yesterday or the day before, is value. You know, when he didn't value himself, he wasn't valued by anyone. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't valued by anyone. And once them sisters had turned their back, like, nah, somebody stole your car, I stole my car. You see what I'm saying? You know, like, so it was really putting things into perspective, actually moving things out of his way for him to have to deal with himself. You see what I'm saying? Like, he didn't let that
Definitely.
stop him. You see, he was on the bike to go get his son. You see what I'm saying? So he had the qualities that was there. He just didn't have the experience. The final thing that had to be removed from his life was an instance that was there to destroy his family. You see what I'm saying? And you look at the brother that was with him, Pete. He had that gun all the time. By the end of the movie, he had to use it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in that essence, he had the chance to see what
Message.
was there for him. You understand what I'm saying? What was there
Mm-hmm.
for him? He looked to Jody for an example, but he realized like that was a plaything in his mind. You see what I'm saying? Because
And
he was a protector. He wasn't the other guy. You understand what I'm saying?
he
He was a
still had his
protector,
own.
right?
Yeah.
He protected
Gosh.
the community. You see what I'm saying? He protected the family that he was there and trusted with, all of that. You see what I'm saying? And he was humble enough to humble himself before them, those sisters. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that is something that gave him the protection, but they allowed him to be him. You see what I'm saying? He was with the youth, he was fixing bikes. You understand what I'm saying? And when that time got cut short, he was like, yo, y'all go, y'all get up out of here. And then, with the sister, he's like, you got robbed by who? Go get my guns. You understand? It wasn't no conversation about it because they knew who he was too. Jody
Right.
had to find out truly who he was in that essence. So when that threat was really imminent, that was that. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't lip service. It wasn't none of that. He got right to it, like Ogun, like Ogun do. He got right to it. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. So you could see how these things, go back to our cosmology and traditions. You had one open the way, and one had to get down with the get down when it was time to get down. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't without any kind of merit when you look at it from that perspective to how we work in tandem all together in order to do what we're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? So
Ashe.
I think that was pretty interesting.
Ashe. Ashe.
Unless that's me being extra.
No, 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 no,
I could get
no.
a
Yeah, it
get
it
a
is
little
it
extra.
it talks to. I mean, for one, us having our own individual journeys, because and also to the part where I said, I want to do everything with everybody, and I'm used to having somebody do walking with me doing this and somebody doing that with me. At some point in time, that I think that was his name. He had to he had to deal with his own reality. No matter how much he stayed up under Jody, no matter how much even with the things that he did, even with the things that he did knowing who he was and basically servicing other people, he still had to deal with his own. At the end of the day, he still had to deal with his own self, his own path, his own issues. And the same thing with Jody. The only difference was I felt like he knowing who he was, like he was kind of ready, or he kind of expected not necessarily the outcome, but when you okay, so for us on my healing journey, it's like at this point I expect at some point to be doing some healing. Not, you know, consciously I'm healing every day. I'm doing certain things to keep my vibration up. I'm doing certain things to um protect myself spiritually and stuff like that. All of that's healing and doing certain things uh just as examples, like if you're not in a relationship or you're dating, to protect your heart. So certain things you're doing consciously every day, other things you're not. But at this point in my journey, I know that at some point, not that I'm necessarily expecting like some big stuff, but it's like that's what I'm on this journey for. I know what I'm doing. I'm learning through my healing experiences. So I feel like you know what I'm saying? Like I know who I am. I know what my purpose is in this life. I know that I'm healing. So when something big pops up, it's like even though I didn't expect it, I know what to do, or I know what I have to go through, or I know, it's a certain familiarity as to what I'm getting ready to experience, if that makes sense. or you know
Right.
what I need to do for what I get ready to experience, if that makes sense. So yeah, um, that was a dope part, a dope uh part of the movie, and very relevant. So we all got our own paths
He
and
just looked real. He
destinies.
looked random until it made sense. He was like, "Pray with me, Jody. So I'm finna get saved, Jody." You know what I'm saying? Like all of the instances. You see what I'm saying? Like he was in deep thought,
Mm-hmm.
but he could only express that deep thought in the moments where he was so sincere. You see what I'm saying? Like you see what he told the sisters. He's like, "I love y'all. Y'all let me stay here. Y'all bought me these clothes in the video game." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I love y'all. Like he was like he was so sincere. You know what I'm saying? Like right there, like bearing his soul to them. Like he told his lady, "I love you," and then he told her mother, "I love you even more because she came from you." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they understood who was there and who was in their midst, even if he ain't know until it was time for him to know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he
Right.
was there, he recognized that threat and he didn't hesitate. You see what I'm saying? Like he seen how the car was moving, like regular stuff. Like people don't pay attention to certain stuff like that. They just be out here wandering around aimlessly. Like he was on
Mm-hmm.
point. You see what I'm saying? Like that little smile he gave, like he looked right at it. You understand what I'm saying? And got right to it and pulled that Glock out and got busy. You see what I'm saying? Like
And that's another
Jody thinking
thing.
he done died. Jody
Right.
on the ground like I
That's
thought I
another
died.
thing
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like
relevant. That's another thing that's relevant to today and right now, for us in our journeys in between black men and black women. Um, and we touched on this in one of the previous shows that we did, for the black man to recognize the essence and the ashe of his woman. We are naturally healers, but if you have a lady on this journey, don't look at it as her or us getting to the root of things and bringing it to you and talking about it as somebody trying to control you or tell you what to do or whatever. But when you look at the movie, he basically got his protection. The way that he dealt with the women, the way that he respected them, um the way that he even just went about addressing them in a lot of ways, I felt like, because he was like attached to protecting them and attached to being grateful for them, like saved him a lot of mess. And I don't know, I think that when we originally talked about it, because him and Jody had like flip roles. Jody was more on the taking advantage, or feeling like he was being a player with and disrespectful in a lot of ways. And look how his situation went according to how he treated the women, or dealt with the women, or was connected to the women, even including his mother. And then look at his friend, the connection that he had to the women, it was a lot different. So to touch on that, like we have the ashe for y'all's protection, we have the ashe for y'all's healing, we have like the answers to that, not just alone by ourselves, no, but women that are on this healing journey, brothers, and y'all got these women, like take some advice from them, listen to them, allow yourself to, if you don't do nothing else, hear, okay, like, and don't hear to respond, like just listen sometimes, because it could save y'all so much. A lot of people don't realize that naturally we have this calabash, women have this calabash, and it's full of gold. And just because a man is attached to you in a way of being around, like we won't even go any further than that, you know what I'm saying, like I could have a guy friend that comes around, and just because of who I am, and just because of how I keep myself protected, and just because of my blessings or whatever, this person is going to be um receiving some of that. This person is going to be protected when they're around me. This person is going to be blessed when they're around me. This person is going, be in a better space when they're around me. So I don't know, like it just makes sense to me. And it just goes to show that as natural healers, like we touch everybody. We touch everybody. Everybody is given the opportunity to heal like every day. So just pay attention to the women that are around you. Pay attention to listen to some of the things that she say. Like it could save brothers a lot of issues. I mean, it might sound like I'm going all off into something else or being feministic or whatever, but y'all know what I'm trying to
You better
say.
knock that off, okay? You can knock that label off. Knock it off. Don't you got a mama? You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Like you got a mama, you got a sister. You see what I'm saying? If they love you, I just had a brother on. Shout out to my brother Locke. He said he has 3 daughters. You see what I'm saying? And it was a conversation about wanting a son. In a previous conversation, I said, "Do you know how close to God you are with 3 daughters, a wife and 3 daughters?" I said, "Do you know how close you are?" I said, "Do you realize how much protection you have around you?"
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, do you know how close you got to be to God for God to see you and show you enough favor to surround you with black
With
women?
all those women.
You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, do you think I said anybody who got a thought in their mind to do you any malice or wrong, it's impossible. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible. Like, if you taking heed to what's going on, I said, we got sight, we got vision, they got sight beyond sight. You see what I'm saying? I said, you're talking about the responsibility of the incarnation from the spiritual to the material. And they love you. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Not
they
sure.
love you. You see what I'm saying? Like, and they love you for who you are and they see you for who you are. Let somebody try to come break that up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let somebody try to come in between. Please. They
That's
will
so
vanquish
true.
them. You see what I'm saying? So having that understanding, we have to know, and look at things with proper perspective. You see what I'm saying?
Not
So
sure.
this is a point of unification where we have to see and take heed. You see what I'm saying? Like we got to subordinate our egos as African men and glean from the wisdom that's coming from both realms simultaneously in this African woman. You see what I'm saying? That empowerment for you to do or not do. You see what I'm saying? Like when it's time to be easy, it's time to be easy. We all seen all of the movies, right? They even showed us the Tupac movie where his woman was like, "Don't go tonight. Don't go to that club. Just stay here with me."
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We seen it in
Mm-hmm.
us where sis was like, "Hey, we gotta leave now." You understand what I'm saying? Like we gotta leave now. The movie would have been
Right.
short. It'd been like 10 minutes. Skirt, skirt, we out of here. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't want to come up this mug anyway. You see what I'm saying? Skirt, I'm gone. Like so, in the movie of life that we in, we got guides for a reason. We got signs and symbols for a reason. Look how long it took Jody to realize this wasn't the life that he wanted to live.
But he
He had
wanted
to
to
be
live.
so close to death, right at death's doorstep, in order to see life and want to
Yep.
live. You see what I'm saying? And want to be the father and the man that he's supposed to be. That's you know, that's our misstep in that regard. You see what I'm saying? And I done been in that experience, in that situation a bunch of times. Way too many times that I cared for. You understand what I'm saying? Being that close to death. You see what I'm saying? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
having to live after that. You know, you got to deal with that. So if you can take heed and glean some wisdom, you see what I'm saying, to save your life. or to
For sure.
live your life in a way that is more abundant. Shut your damn mouth and listen. Shut your ass up. Go over there and sit down somewhere.
Ashe.
You don't have to die to lose. You can lose everything behind the foolishness because you don't want to hear nothing and can't nobody tell you. You can lose everything. You
Say that
understand?
again.
You can lose everything. Black man, you can lose everything, African man, behind not wanting to listen to any. Now, at this caveat, especially, most especially this African woman. It don't always sound good. It don't always jive well with our ego and shit. You understand? But it's there. And if she's saying it, I'm gonna whisper this out loud. That's your
One that's on
last
the
chance. That's your last chance.
one that's on the journey to heal her family. Absolutely. 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 The men talk all that, but really don't be wanting to listen and be right.
You can be right in the wrong instance. Okay. I told my daughter that one time. You know, I said you can be right in the wrong instance.
Yeah.
And it's not the it's not the instance that you need to try to push to be right. That's not the
Right.
instance. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
being right is right, but that instance right there is not the instance where you want
Like
to be right, and
right.
that's a universal. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So, and on another instance, I had to sit down and listen to my daughter let me have it. She said, "You want to be open in communication?" Well, blah blah blah. I had to sit my ass down there. I thought she was the parent. You understand what I'm saying? And because I wanted
Oh
that
yeah.
communication, I had to listen. And if I didn't listen, I would have lost that communication and that pathway with my daughter forever. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, even these roles are fluid in the time. And that I
Mhm.
don't know if you've seen that movie. What was it? Us?
Us.
When when the father was concerned about the boat, and the wife told him, "You don't make the decisions no more. It's a wrap." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
you done lost your goddamn mind. What she told him basically, like you don't call the shots no more. You was calling the shots up into this
Right.
right now. Now I got you. I got him.
Right.
And he limped with the son and sat on the ambulance and was like, your mother knows what she's doing. Okay.
Right.
He knew that was it. So that was
Right.
just interesting.
Correct.
So we've been here for like an hour. You said you ain't giving us no poetry.
Yeah.
So can we talk
You said
about the
what now?
businesses, the products, the services you got to offer? You said you was gonna tell us about some business that you got going on and everything. Okay, so tell us about all that.
Yes. So yes, I have launched Omi Ifa Essentials. I'm currently Omi Ife Essentials LLC. Let's be clear about that. I am currently in the trademark process. I have two products that are currently in the pat, patenting process. Um, I have a signature Yoni Steam blend as well as a signature Yoni soap for women that is going to be like all of my stuff is real stuff, but I created patents for those. Um, uh, my website is currently being worked on. I'm hoping that it will be ready Sunday for everything that I have rolled out by then. My Instagram page is at OMI underscore IFE underscore essentials. So at Omi Ife Essentials, um, I am I created a self love and self care healing boutique, and I I created a boutique and call it a healing boutique because initially I started out with a hair product line like some years ago that never really got off the ground, but people who knew me, friends and family, knew that I was good. I had growing hands. I love doing hair. Could grow the heck out of some hair. So I started creating oils and my own shampoos and conditioners and stuff. And even though I kind of got away from doing hair, I still maintain my natural hair care license, natural hair care license. And I wanted to kind of like still keep that because I've worked hard on my products to create them to work like they do now. So also my healing journey had me like sitting and like, what can I do to heal myself, like, and like take care of myself? Like I explained, I think the first episode, it got to a point where I was so caught up in my family and doing everything for everybody else that I would no longer like take a bath or a shower and get out and put on lotion. Like I would just get in the shower, get in the tub, get out and throw my clothes on. So I'm ashy. You know, I wasn't taking care of myself like I had or like I used to, because it was like having more children and a busier schedule and then doing all of this other stuff. I didn't have time to put on lotion. I quit putting on perfume. I always put on some earrings and some lip gloss because you don't never know where you're gonna go, who you're gonna see, you know, or who gonna be where. But just the little stuff, taking time to, instead of just shower and do one bath or two baths a week, like spending that me time with myself. And so just thinking about all of that had me in a space of like, what can I do for myself that I don't do for myself that could be for myself and I'm caring for myself. So I just started thinking about like what I would want for me, for myself. And I was just like, it'll be nice to just have a body scrub down, or just, you know, I like to light candles. I like to take care of myself, you know, as a woman. I'm sensual, like just thinking of all the things that I want and that I would want, that I wanted for myself, like at the time along my journey. You know, I wanted clear skin, and I wanted to be eating healthier, and I wanted to sometimes just get in the tub and have a scrub, or, you know, start putting on lotion and be shining and all of this stuff. So I started thinking, and I went down to my kitchen and I had just grabbed the sea salt and some frank and myrrh, which are some essential oils that I had already had, and some honey, and I just put them all in the thing, and I was like, I'm gonna go take me a bath. And I lit my candles and I went to like go take a bath and just, you know, spend some time with myself. And when I got out that tub from that, using that scrub, I had some bath oil that I created forever ago. I used like all of that. And I was like, man, my skin's so soft and whatever. So I was like, I'm getting ready to create some products for women who just want to have stuff on their shelves. Like, you don't have to go to Walmart and spend $30 on a 8-ounce jar of scrub. You don't have to go to Candle Barn and spend $45 on a candle. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, go to the spa to get a yoni steam. Like, I'm getting ready to have all of this in one space in my house for myself. And so I wanted to create that. I wanted to have a boutique that people could order from. I'm gonna have me a store soon, y'all, so stay tuned. Or women could just walk into and just get a package, or get a bag with soaps and steams and candles and body oil, bath oil, scrubs, body custards, anything that you needed for a yoni steam, lip gloss, all of that. And then you could come in and you can get a yoni steam. You can get a Reiki healing session. You can get a massage. You can get a yoni breathing session, and you can learn about, you know, how to get rid of your fibroids, or you can learn, you know, you can do some sensual yoga to loosen up and learn how to start loving yourself or loving your body or whatever with through movement and things like that. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna create. So during this pandemic, I have become a certified yoni steam practitioner. I am a certified yoni breathing instructor. I am a certified master herbalist. I am a certified Kemetic Reiki healer. Um, and so, like, I put all that together. I'm a licensed natural hair care specialist, and I'm also a licensed lash tech. So, I put all of that together. I offer all of those services, and I offer all of those products, waist beads, and my scrubs and my body custards, as well as my body oils, my bath oils. Everything is medicinal. Everything is healing. Everything has healing herbs in it. I have a line of products for everybody, and then I have stuff that's specific to people who have particular ailments. If you have migraines, I have a scrub that you could do a temple rub with that will soothe and help you relax, help your migraine subside. Like, I have everything, and I can't wait to roll everything out. Like, the process has been tedious and a lot of work, but it's worth it. And I'm so excited about being able to heal people, to help people heal and assist them on their healing journeys. So I've already got some good reviews because I've had support and people along the way that have tried my products. I've given away samples and people have paid me, for my products, and so already with that going on, I know that once I get out there, it's just been a fear of not, like, being, I'm so particular, I guess perfect is the word, or messing up or not doing something right. But another thing that I can say thank you to my sister Misty for, because she is just like, girl, just do it. And I love that about her, because she's just like, whatever, like, this is your first time, you just now learning how to run a business, you just starting out, like, so what if this ad ain't right, or it don't have ain't right, or it ain't got the right words, or you make a typo, or the picture ain't centered the way that you want it to be, because that's all me. Just put the damn ad out there. Make the post, Aria. So I'm grateful for all the support, all the love, all the advice, all the people that have just tried my products and just been there. We're launched and we're here. So y'all go find my page. Also have a Facebook business page, same address. It's nothing on there yet, but I'm building and working in the process. Along with that, I am preparing for the priesthood. A lot of people know that I am a practitioner of Ifa, and soon I'm going to be doing a fundraiser to help me get to Africa, because that is coming this year. And also, my daughter has launched 2 businesses this year. Brianna, my baby, like, I love this child. But she's a braider also. She got her mama's hands, honestly. She is so dope with it. Since we've been in Atlanta, she has a braid page. What's the braid page, Bree? Braids by Yana, Yahna, on Instagram. She can do stuff that I can't do, y'all. Like, a lot of stuff. Braids, butterfly locks. It's so much stuff. Anything that's an extension, she know how to do. I don't even know all of this stuff out here that people that we doing so much. But so I'm very proud of her. That is, she has a regular job. She just turned 16, so she wanted a job, and she's like funding her own businesses with the job that she has. So on her own, this is just from her watching us in the family, like, over the years. and automatically knowing what to do and what she want to do. So she has that. And then Monday she just launched an accessory line. It's called Yana's Charming Adornments. And she has name brand or designer charm bracelets. So she sells designer charm bracelets and like gold, rose gold, silver, black. She also sells the little things like lashes and lip gloss and the tube socks and scarves and bonnets and all the stuff that these teenagers are into that they is making money off of, y'all. Like, these children are entrepreneurs. Our babies, they're not scared of nothing. They are doing the damn thing. 19,000 followers, 2,000 followers, 200 followers in 2 days. Like, and people are supporting the babies. So I'm proud of her. I wanted to just put her business out there as well. I'm proud of everybody who was on the line, like all my sisters, Satet, Misty. Satet has Inzuri bars, which is soaps, I believe, and some body butters. Her daughter, which is, I think baby girl is 7 or 8. I think she's 7 maybe, has her own business. Like, the babies are doing it. I'm proud of Satet. She has her Ashe Imports. Y'all go find these names. All you gotta do is put it in the space bar at Instagram or reach out to one of us. I mentioned Goddess Drip. Who else is on the line? The sister, sis, please forgive me. I know your name. Aminatu. She has a business consulting business that she has going on. If you need your resume done, if you need business stuff like resumes, if you need consulting on how to interview and things like that, she got that going on. And of course, Sister Nkoyo Baba Amin has the Uhuru Academy, which I'm so proud of y'all because it's can't stop, won't stop. Like, that's the bad boy family. That's the bad boy family of the movement, okay? Because they don't care what's going on, who doing what. Uhuru Academy is thriving. They working. They out here. So definitely support the family. They have tutoring services, summer school, adult GED programs, teenager, like whatever you want as far as education, they got it going on. And lastly, I think Rock and Misty also have a platform where they do. I know it was a Black Love show, and it's something else that they have going on, as well as Baba, and Koyo. It's like Black Love Talk type stuff, y'all. So just support the family. If you need the real links or information, if you can't find it, reach out to somebody. I'm sure everybody online knows somebody in common and get it. And can't forget you, bro. This is my last thing with my long-winded self. Do the Knowledge Radio. Big shout out for all the work that you do, for this platform that you have given, for the space that you create for all Black entrepreneurs, for all Black educators, for all Black poets and writers and artists and business owners to be able to come on and put themselves out there, to be able to come on and promote Black love, Black unity, Black business, Black economics. Like, I can't even express my gratitude for you and for the opportunities and all the work and just everything. And I'm definitely looking forward to continuing to support you in the platform, as well as bringing others to you, continuing to bring others to you as well. So thank y'all. This series is it's been beautiful. We'll be back with something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but We'll be back, and thank y'all again for all the love and the support.
If y'all wanted to come back next week for one more again, cause she owes us some poetry and stuff, just say it now. Say it out loud, okay? Say it with your chest,
Well, you know
okay?
what? I'm going. I will, cause I did say that, and I really like to keep my word. It's not nothing long or drawn out. I wanted to share something for the brothers, and then just give some healing words for everybody. The brothers, sisters, the babies, for everybody. So the next time we come back, we'll be back with a series. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
So first of all, for the brothers, like I had wrote this down because I was just thinking about it. Um, and to say that it's okay for y'all to heal, but you know, and don't get down, don't get discouraged. Keep your head up and continue to be the protectors, the warriors, the providers that you are. And it's nothing spectacular. It's just a few words that I thought about. It just says, I know you're tired of being broken and just hanging out. You got a lot of dreams, but you can't get them out. The first thing you need to do, and I say this, it's a new moon. So get yourself some new goals. Think positive and count everything else as old. Work hard, never stop hustling, because we know they love to see the black man struggling. But we love to see the black man healing. We love to see the black man thriving. We love to see the black man elevating. So y'all keep doing that. So that's what I have for the brothers. And for everybody, it's something that I didn't write this, but it's something that I found earlier that is relevant, and I think it's beautiful, and it applies to healing. So your feet are blessed so that you may connect with the earth, be grounded, and stand your ground in this world. Know that your spirit is strong and it will guide you through this life. Know that you are deeply loved and that your presence brings overwhelming joy. For some reason, like this is a message from the ancestors. And for people who are dealing with, esteem issues and, feeling unloved, unappreciated, and all of that. Some say I can fly on the wind, yet I haven't any wings. Some have found me floating on the open sea, yet I cannot swim. Some have felt my warmth on cold nights, yet I have no flame. And though you cannot see me, I lay between two lovers at the heart of fireplaces. I am the twinkle in your child's eyes. I'm hidden in the smile of your mother's faces. I am their shield as they guard your home. Some say I am stronger than steel, yet I am as fragile as a tear. Some have never searched for me, yet I am around them always. Some say I die with loss, yet I am endless. And though you cannot hear me, I dance on the laughter of children. I am woven into the whispers of passion. I am in the blessings of great grandmothers. I embrace the cries of newborn babies. Some say I am a flower, yet I am also the seed. Some have little faith in me, yet I will always believe in them. Some say I cannot cure the ill, yet I nourish the soul. And though you cannot touch me, I am the gentle hand of the kind. I am the fingertips that caress your cheek at night. I am the hug of a child. I am love. So, um, we are all loved. We are all cared for. We are all appreciated. Everybody is appreciated. You're cared for, you're loved. And even when you don't feel that from other people, you have it. Your ancestors, you have it within yourself. You just got to tune in and feel it sometimes. So, Ashe.
Definitely, definitely. Okay. So I was trying to get the people to say, okay, you could give us one more week. Dang. You understand? But they ain't cooperate with me. So I guess we're gonna have to reconvene when it's in due season. I definitely want to thank you. for taking time and giving us this series and some actionable intel to use to put into practice. Okay? Because we practicing what we preach in 2021. You heard me. Okay? So, yeah, definitely love to you,
I
love to your
say this
family,
this this
love to
time.
them, those divine ones that are with you, your spirit team and your ancestors for giving you the guidance and the foresight and the insight into what we need to heal ourselves. Okay.
Ashe. Thank you, Mojupe. Odabo. Good night.
Oh.
Yeah, 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 oh, I do. Yeah, 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 oh, I do. Adinyale kowo si yeah, yeah, oh, toro efa. Ariwo yo, I do. Adinyale kowo si. Yeah, 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 oh, I do. Yeah, 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 yeah.